Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm just gonna make a quick video, as quick as it can be at least, on how I decided to mount this front bracket LED light bar that goes to the lower portion of my grill on my 2006 Silverado. Is a 2500 with a 6.0 in it. I know it was pretty hard for me to find some kind of creative ideas on how to bracket this, but thanks to another YouTube guy, I believe Bowtie Guy 97, he kind of showed how he did his, and this is just my version of it. So to start off with, I just got an L-shaped aluminum bracket from Lowe's and cut it to length, and then is attached to some reinforcers that are just cut from the excess aluminum from the original bar, or from the original bracket. And then these are tensioners that keep the light bar pretty much from bouncing around, moving forward and backward, and got those from Lowe's for about $5 each. And so just a little more in detail, I just drilled some holes to where the light bar would mount, like the light bar mounts itself. So you got a mount right there, and you got two more going down, and just drill a hole, tighten them in, mounted the brackets onto this headlight shelf. It's really sturdy plastic. I mean, I put some 5/16 bolts through there, dremel the hole, put them through, tighten them. And pretty much what this aluminum reinforcer there for is to spread the weight and hopefully add, a little bit more structural integrity to the actual shelf. Again, the tensioners are for just to keep the light bar from moving back and forth as much as it can, which it does a really good job of doing. And so, yeah. One issue I did have when I originally cut this bracket was the fact that at the ends you have the turn signal housing, which may, depending on how you drill it, will get in the way. So I just dremelled this out and made a pretty much a little cavity for the screw to sit, so that way I can still get my housing out. But it's just a little eBay special light bar, and I'll show you how I wired it in a second. So I have my light bar attached to this button right here. It's another eBay button. It's a latching button is pretty much what it's called, circular. The one on eBay, it says is a 16 millimeter to the rear, about 18 millimeter to the front, and yeah, looks like a charm. It lights up when you turn the truck on, because I wanted to wire that way. It was originally wired to a 12-volt source, so it was always on, so regardless if the truck was off, I could turn on the LED bar. But I just don't like that light always constantly on. So this would, kind of day out, but yeah, that's with it illuminated. Looks pretty good in my opinion. And then it turns off when you turn the key off. So I do have them soldered in the back, and I can also provide a wiring diagram for those who want to see. But the way I cut it off the original little button, it was like a cheap eBay button. Cut it off, wired the device positive via inline fuse fuse tap, and tapped into the cruise control 10 amp fuse there, and it works like a charm. I did run the wiring through. Is this a little grommet underneath the dash? So if you follow that red wire all the way up to about up there, that meets to the firewall housing, and that's why I ran the line through. And I'll take you over to the other side to see that now. So there's that red wire again. The black one is the actual control button wire itself. So it goes into that little rubber grommet, just punctured a little hole through there, ran them through the side of the fender, driver's side fender, and then it attaches to this fuse, or this relay, excuse me. So it attaches to the relay. The relay is just zip tied, as you can tell, to the pretty much the core support hole that was right here. And all the wiring that the LEDs actually hooked up to, such as like that right there, just runs underneath into the headlight housings, and then just pretty much sits back here in the headlight housing, because there's a huge cavity back there and there's plenty of space. And then of course I have the fuse itself is grounded to this bolt right here. And then there's an inline fuse to the battery. There you go, so you can see it. So that's how I decided to wire it. That's how I decided to mount it. If anyone has any questions, just put it in the comments and I'll get to it. So yeah, that's the video for the day. Thanks, guys.